What is going on, guys? Merijn here and welcome to today's video. I'm really excited. I felt like I haven't done a Q&A in so long. So today I decided to ask you guys on Instagram to ask me all the questions that you would like, and I will answer them, whatever you want to know. At first I got a lot of questions that I get very often, kind of like the basic questions. So then I made another Instagram story telling you guys that it's fine to ask me anything you want, you know, like crazy shit or stuff that no one else answers, because I've always felt very comfortable on my YouTube channel and with talking to you guys. So I feel like I almost share everything, not everything, but almost everything. So I think it's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be fun. So sit back and let's start the video. Loads, I'm talking loads of questions. Love you guys, that's awesome. Do you think you've reached your natural growth limit? No, I definitely don't think so. I haven't reached my natural potential yet. I do have to say that every year I'm obviously making smaller steps towards that limit. Whereas in the beginning, when you start fitness, you improve very fast. Now I make very small improvements, but I'm still making improvements and I'm still building more muscle. How do you stay so tanned in the Netherlands? Well, first of all, I travel a lot, right? So I go to places where there is sun and then I tan. And one thing that I am really lucky with is my tan genetics, right? If I feel the sun, I already get very nice tan. My dad is the same way. And then my mom and my brother are different. They don't get the same tan as me and my dad. So it's somehow just genetically, so that is very nice. But also when I'm here for a long period of time in the Netherlands, in the winter, for example, I do use tanning beds every once in a while. So that maybe once every 3 weeks or so. How to stay motivated every day, even if you don't see the results every day. This is with everything in life, basically, that is worth having. It's gonna take time, right? It's an equation of hard work and time and patience, and the patience is a very important aspect. So you can't expect to do something now and then tomorrow you'll have it, right? That doesn't really happen with very big things such as changing your physique. It's an investment, you have to accept that, and you have to think about that long-term goal. What are 3 things that every entrepreneur should have? So this is gonna be my opinion, because you know everybody will think a different way, but I think in general that a successful entrepreneur is someone who is willing, you know, to go out and to do things, is a doer, you know? Not someone who only overthinks things and thinks too much. An entrepreneur has a passion, has an idea, and gives his all on that idea and will find a way to make that happen. Second one is taking risks. I think we can all identify that as a good feature of entrepreneurs. You know, we take risks in order to grow, you know, because growth usually doesn't happen when you play it safe. So you have to take risks. Now, that is something that a lot of people are afraid of. The third one is being able to motivate yourself, because this is a lot different than when you have a regular job. If you're an entrepreneur, no one is gonna tell you to get up. No one is gonna tell you to go to work from 9 to 5. No one is gonna tell you what to do. You come up with the rules, you come up with the plan. And so you have to have the real self-motivation from within, that you really want to do something, that you want to create things, that you want to do all these things. Is there a person that you would like to hit in the face, and why? No, there's no person that I would like to hit in the face. I really don't have beef with anyone right now. All I'm trying to do is bring other people up, even if they are assholes, right? I still try to like freaking bring people up and make them realize it as well. Now, that doesn't mean you can never get into a fight. Obviously that could happen, you know, people can do dumb shit when you're out, for example. It simply didn't happen to me the last few years. And there's also a reason why. And the next question that the same guy is asking is, ever got into a fight in the last 5 years? And one of the reasons I haven't, I don't know if it's been 5 years, but like there's a part of me, like a part of how I used to be that you guys have no idea about. And like back in the day, I was kind of a different person and I did a lot of stupid shit. That I learned from, you know, so like in a way I'm happy that that happened when I was very young, because I got out of it at the right age as well. But yeah, I'm not sure, like maybe one day I'll talk about this on my YouTube channel, because in some way I feel like it could help people to share my story, because I was like a totally different person and I learned from a lot of mistakes that I made, and it turned me into like a new person, like totally new person with different views, different mindset. I was completely different, right? So comment down below if you want me to ever talk about that, and I'll think about it. How much protein do I lose from ejaculating? So this really depends on, first of all, the amount of sperm, the sperm strongness, and it depends on a couple of factors that you have to take into account when you weigh out your sperm afterwards. But once you do that, you can actually like put it in MyFitnessPal, simply track it, and usually it contains about 2.5 grams of protein. If you want to grow your weak points, you have to train them first, or it doesn't matter. Yes, it certainly does matter, and it is a very smart idea to train them first. So make sure you're following a routine in which this is possible. Me, for example, right now I'm actually hitting my calves before I hit my legs, right? So on my leg day, usually I would do calves at the end. Now I do it first of all. And for example, if you want to bring up your chest and you follow an upper-lower routine, always make sure on that upper day to start with chest. If your back is lagging, start your upper day with back. Those are certainly great techniques you can use in order to bring up your weak body parts. How to get brands to fly you abroad for an event or something else. This is exactly the same question as like sponsorships, how to get them. It all depends on what you have to offer for this particular brand, right? Why is this brand gonna fly you out? That's what you're gonna have to ask yourself. And one of those reasons could be because you're a very good looking model, they want you to shoot photos, or it could be a speaking event that you're very good at public speaking. Whatever reputation it is that you have built up, that is why they would fly you out. Not just for no random reason they will fly out just a random person. It doesn't work that way. You know, it has to come from both ways. So if you have a certain business or you have a personal brand, then brands can fly you out for certain events. So first you obviously have to build up that name for yourself. And a big part of that is networking as well, knowing the right people. Do you ever contemplate how your life would be if you never started training? I think that's a very good question. And yes, I have actually thought about this. And even what I just shared about me being a completely different person when I was like way younger, training, physical training, going to the gym, I think that is kind of what helped me get out of it in a way, that lifestyle I was living back then. And I think it really did, because, or it was a coincidence that it happened in the same years. But I think it did, because my life kind of, like fitness started kind of taking over my life, and I started getting so much like love for it and putting so much time into it, and like, you know, all my spare time, instead of like doing all this bullshit, I used to go to the gym and work on my diet and etc, right? So yeah, I do think my life would be a lot different. How it would be, I don't know. Next up, do you have sex every day? Yes, often I do. Not always, not like it's planning or whatever, but yes, often it happens every day. And could it mess up your training? Like the same thing, it's not something you plan, it's not something like you work around your training schedule. And if it would slightly hurt your gym progress, which I don't think it will, I think it will only increase everything. Like it's literally just doing some additional cardio, burning some calories. Even if it would hurt your gym progress, like it wouldn't matter, you know, you wouldn't give up sex for it anyway, right? All right. Fuck it, I think I'm just gonna answer it. Most public place you had sex. I'm directly thinking about one place which exceeded the rest, I think. That's crazy. I don't want to give away too much though. I don't want to go into the details. So, how the hell am I gonna say this? The thing is that if I tell the story like exactly, you guys can actually like freaking go to my videos and probably like find out where that was. Oh my god, yeah, that's when you literally like capture everything on video and like everybody knows where you go. Oh, okay, all I'm gonna give away is that it was on the side of a road, against the car, and there was actually like a freaking like car pretty far away that we saw coming, right? And it was pretty dark, so you saw like these headlights of the car. So yeah, I had to like freaking finish on time before that car would like get too close and see us, right? Oh, that was something. You've been really successful and always on the grind. I think it's time to treat yourself with a new car. I highly appreciate that, my man. As far as the car goes, it's kind of funny. It is something that you really want when you don't have it. I'm not that big of a car guy, by the way, but I did want like a nice car, right? So when I was in university, I thought about, you know, having this nice car. So after I got my Audi A5, which is right now, it's years ago, right? Back then that was a big accomplishment. And you're right now I could treat myself with a new car. I've thought of it maybe like 2 years ago, I was thinking about it, but that thought has kind of gone away. The thing is that once you drive a car, you get so used to it. Like the first 2 weeks is really awesome. You're in the car, like you feel like you're the man, you know, like you feel like you're sitting in that car, you're in that car. But after a few weeks, you get used to it, and the car is just like any other car. It's just literally a vehicle that gets you from A to B. Now, obviously, when you have like a true supercar, which you would have next to your regular car, that would be kind of like the toy you would bring out in the weekends. That would be something different. Maybe one day, but then I would rather, honestly, just like rent one. Like, I really don't feel like I would do that multiple times a week. I would have the need to, because I'm not that big of a car guy. Maybe one day I will be, but for now, really not. And like, I don't really see how a new car would really improve my life. I just know that it's not gonna make me that much happier, right? I'd rather spend my money on other things. And at the moment, I just rather invest all my money into what I'm doing. But I do truly appreciate it though. I've started cutting, but now I have an injury that will keep me out of the gym for a while. Should I keep cutting? This is a very difficult question to answer. In general, if you have worked very hard for your size, for the amount of muscle mass that you have, I would not keep cutting if you are injured, because at some point, depending on how many weeks you're injured, after some weeks, you know, after like a month of literally not training at all and like also cutting, you will definitely lose some muscle mass. So I do not recommend doing so, unless your main goal is getting lean, and for example, you're overweight right now, or you don't have that much muscle to begin with yet. Then it's a smart time to use that time to cut down, to get super lean, and then you can start building muscle once you are fully healed from your injury. The weirdest, most uncomfortable situation you've ever been in with a fan. I'm thinking, but I can't really think of any. I do have to say though that like I understand that people that come to me, sometimes they shut down or they don't know what to say, which in a way is like, it's like really weird for me. But at the same time, you know, after a while, like I got an understanding of it. And like, I do understand that if you go to someone, you don't know him, but you've been watching his videos for so long, you don't really know what to say, right? But I try to make those situations comfortable for the person that comes up to me, because I do appreciate you guys coming up to me, you guys like thanking me for my videos, etc. So I think even if it's a little uncomfortable, yes, it does happen. Like someone who's like really like staring for a long time, or like following me around before he has the balls to say hi or whatever. It has happened, but like I try to make those uncomfortable situations as comfortable as possible, at least not super uncomfortable. I think it usually works out, to be completely honest, so I never really had it. How do you prevent yourself from being distracted? I think what's very important, like if you mean distracted from your work or your schoolwork, whatever you're doing, simply like schedule in a certain amount of hours that you're gonna do that, and then put an alarm and like put your phone away. Don't look at your phone, right? Very important. And then do your tasks, and then the alarm will go off when your task is done. And then you have like something else planned in, right, for that day. That's how I personally do it. We always see you smiling. Do you ever cry? I'm not sure if I ever cried, or I may have dropped some tears on video. I'm thinking which video that should have been. But I can tell you guys that real men cry, all right? And yes, I also cry. It doesn't happen often. Honestly, like when people died, and next to that, literally tears of joy have happened to me a lot. And like it usually has to do with actually watching back my YouTube videos. I've had these emotional moments when I was on my own here at home, late night, watching back these old videos, and just yeah, like tears of joy like coming down, you know, like looking at those videos and seeing like how this young Merijn had this dream, had this thing that he wanted to do, that he truly believed in. I'm talking about myself in a past sense, doesn't matter. And that he freaking went for it, and then, you know, it all worked out. And like, look where I am now. And it just, sometimes you forget where you are, sometimes you forget everything you've done to get there. But it's been such a long journey for me, and it's been such a amazing journey, and something that like cannot be put into words. It's like a dream. It's literally a dream coming true. This dream that I had every single night, it happened. And yeah, when I watch back those old videos, those memories get back to me. So proud of myself that I did that. So those can bring like tears of joy to me as well, you know, just like proudness. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's not only been tears of joy or if someone died. Also, like the last few years, there've just been rougher periods for me that, like, to the outside world obviously are not gonna look rough, but they felt rough inside of me where, you know, you're just like overworked. You've been wanting too much, doing too much, asking too much of yourself, and then at some point you just break down, right? But it's not something I've been stuck in. I always like got out of it, but those could be moments where I may have shed a tear as well, not of joy. And in that case, it's just a lesson. It's a lesson that you have to tone it down a bit. How did you train on doing pull-ups? Where to start? So there are a few things you can do. One is assisted pull-ups. So you can do this on an assisted machine. That is the one I would usually start with, or pull-ups with bands, resistance bands. And then you can, you know, go from the lighter bands to the heavier bands in order to help you more. And then you can go up in that way, improve in that way. And the other one is have someone spot you and someone can hold your feet. This is not the most accurate way because you never know how much someone is actually helping, right? And then the next thing you want to do after you did that, you want to do negative pull-ups. So you literally jump onto the bar, right? Go fully up and then slowly come down. Jump down again and jump up and do the same thing, right? Because then you're already in that starting position. And by the way, you may have to use like a plateau in order to jump up, right? Because it can be pretty high, especially if you're female. But that's the best way to progress. And then next to that, you can do the lat pull down. But the lat pull down will not directly help your pull up. You have to do the pull up itself for sure. I think this is a nice question. If there would only be one business advice you could pass on to your kids, what would it be? Like being yourself, which is like, this is a key aspect to doing business in my opinion, especially now in the time that we live in, because people can find out everything about you, right? And people will know if you're not truthful, if you're not yourself. Plus, your life will fucking suck if you try to sell something by being something else. I truly believe so. I think that like if you're doing business and you're a completely different person than you are outside of business, of course you're a little bit different, right? Because you have to adapt to situations and stuff, but you still have to be yourself. If not, I personally don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it's as fun as it is as when you are being yourself. And I think you will be most successful if you are yourself. And not everybody is gonna like you. Not everybody is gonna maybe wanna do business with you, but the persons that you wanna, that are gonna do business with you are the right people for you, right? It's the ones you vibe with. And I think that is super important for business success. When on a bulk, do you keep increasing calories over time or do you leave them at a set amount? Yes, you keep increasing them, but only if you're not gaining weight anymore and not gaining strength anymore in the gym, which is actually even more important. If you're still going up on your lifts in the gym, you don't really have to increase your calories. But at some point, you will notice that you will stall at a certain amount of calories because your body will get used to them. Your body also will build more muscle when you are eating more, right? So at some point, you simply will have to bump that up, and you simply do that by adding 25 grams of carbs to your diet or even 50 grams. So it's either 100 calories extra or 200 calories extra. I like to do 100 calories, but it also depends on how accurately you are tracking. What hair products do you use? I'll actually make a new hair video very soon to show you guys the ways, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. And with that said, I want to wrap up this Q&A. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've definitely shared some things that I haven't shared before. So if you appreciate that, and simply if you enjoyed this Q&A, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that keeps me highly motivated. And then I know that you guys enjoy these videos, this Q&A, so I will do it more often. Make sure to leave your comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you very soon. Peace out.